Spine chain or spiny chain is just one of the many variations you can do on a basic chain stitch. So here it is shown on the back of the Ellen's Needle book. And here you can see that you can make all the spines on one side of the chain, or you can do spines on both sides. You can do it on, there it is on the left side, and here they are done in a pattern where I go back and forth from which side I use. So let's look at the basic stitch. You start, I like to do chain stitch kind of going bottom to top or stitching away from me, but if you prefer, you can do it heading down in the other direction. It's the same stitch. So remember that it's just a closed loop. So that's going to be the loop that makes a chain stitch. Now normally I would, if I were doing one lazy daisy, I would sink it here, that's a detached chain. If I were doing another chain stitch, I'd go in right here to make my next chain stitch. But before I do that, I'm going to add the spine. So here I'll put a spine on the right side. You can see I'm coming off, I can come all the way up here or off a little bit, just don't go really flat to the bottom of it. So this will be the little spine. I just go into the fabric and bring my needle up inside the chain stitch and pull it out just the way I would if I were, here I'm going to continue just the way I would if I were making another chain stitch. I can just make the next chain now. So let's say this time I want to make some kind of little organic viney thing that I want it to look as if it would have little, I don't know, brambles or something coming out on either side of it. I can just angle it in on the other side. So I make my chain. Here's my little spine on this side. Now if I want to, I can make two spines in this same chain. Sorry, this is a little bit difficult to show when you're trying not to get your hands in the way of the video, but I hope you can see it. Now, if I'm left-handed, chain stitches are great because you can adapt it, the directions easily for a left-handed person. It's usually easier to wrap the thread under the needle. Oh, sorry. If you're stitching left-handed, it's easier to wrap it right to left, I think, and then pull it through like so. And then I can put my spine on either side of the chain and continue just the way you would when I showed it doing it with my right hand. Now I've had people ask me, can't I just do it like this? Can't I just make a chain stitch and then, you know, let's say I did a whole bunch of chain stitches. Can't I just come in and add a bunch of little spines later and put them in like that? Or I guess you could go from the inside out. And yeah, you can do that, but you can see that it does have a little bit of a different look as far as the texture. This one kind of holds the chain stitch down, whereas this one, the spine chain, is a more opened up. I think it has a very pleasant, kind of natural, organic look to it. And one of the things always to keep in mind about chain stitches is how they're so easy to curve naturally. It's just a very versatile, useful stitch.